Hello, hello, and happy Monday. Welcome to the last week of February. I can't believe February is almost over, but good things are happening. And I first of all want to tell all of you who are able to attend the event either via webinar or live and in person this weekend at Mark Ewell's house. I know that you were blown away, got some great information, some great knowledge, and felt more empowered to start off your week and to continue on with success for your year. Well, I just want to introduce myself, Ariane Morgan here, and I'm really excited about today's webinar. Those of you who were able to be with us on Saturday were able to meet Julius Henderson, and I wish that we could have all of you off of off of mute right now to just hear the excitement and the feedback and the just good information that you all received on Saturday from Julius. And to kind of tie in Julius and to keep going forward with our goals and the direction that you want to have and the life that you want to have for 2015. Today, we're going to be talking about an incredible new technology, really a new social media outlet for people who want to, have success in their life, whether that be in their network marketing business, or this can even apply to your own children. This is a fantastic new technology, social media outlet. Think of this as the Facebook or the LinkedIn for people who want to be success mindset, what I called life-minded people. So today we're just going to talk about Julius's new company called Attitones. This is something that we're going to be involving with our organization, with Mark's organization, and Lance and I have already personally gotten plugged into this. And just to kind of give you a little bit of background on this, I've been in the industry and have been progressing in my career for the last almost 20 years. And one of the things that I can look back at and clearly see an increase, whether that be in organization size, whether that be in goal attainment, whether that be in income increase, or frankly, just the increase in my own personal happiness and balance. I like to call it harmony in life. And it all comes back to the times that I have been using affirmations, that I've had a vision board, that I've visualized my success. And this can, of course, apply to business, but it can apply spiritually, physically, emotionally, all those different areas. And what I can tell you is that these things matter. And if you take the top people, top most successful, and again, even overall happy or life rich kind of individuals, they will all tell you that they have either used some sort of affirmation or they focused on having a positive attitude, and maybe they've got a vision board. They can tell you that they've used all of these same success tools. And of course, we know success leaves clues, success is duplicatable. And it's something that is absolutely necessary, and especially coming from a big event like we had on Saturday, or a large workshop. We all know that we get pumped up, we get excited, we know what we want, we know the direction that we want to go, but then we come back into what I call re-entry of the day-to-day grind. The house is still a mess, the bills need to be paid, the kids have to be run around here and there and everywhere, you've got clients to call, you've got appointments to follow up on. You just kind of get sucked back in to the stuff that really can take over your life. Maybe you get surrounded by negative people, or people who crush your dreams, or people who haven't had that same kind of influence that you just had. And that can start to chip away at what you know you want your life focus to be. The other aspect to making sure that you're using affirmations, visualizations, having a vision board, setting goals, journaling, focusing on the things that you're grateful on. We know what we focus on expands, is to do just that, to help protect you. As I've trained leaders and success-minded individuals in this arena for the last 20 years, one of the things that I tell them that's the most important thing for them to do is to protect their spirit. And so these things of affirmations, visualizations, goal setting is like a force field, a protective force field to creating the life that you want to live, to creating the mindset that you want to protect. So for years and years and years, people have been training on writing affirmations, laminate them, put them in your shower, put a sticky note. I used to train my Salesforce organization to every single month or week put a sticky note above every light switch in their house so they could see it all the time, or have a brain book, a binder that they carry around all the time, or put a card, laminated card in your car on your dashboard, or put it in your shower. And until now, with Attitones, really affirmations and visualizations have been very, well, we'll just say kind of 1983, really not very technologically driven. And we are just so excited for the connection that we have with Julius, and for the genius that I've seen in him. And I have no doubt the reason that he's really created this software, because Attitones is taking everything that we love and want about visualizations, affirmations, and goal setting, and making them into a platform that we can have that access through our technology. So think of this, and I just know this statistic particularly to women, but I'm sure it's very similar for men. But the average American woman spends 4 hours a day on social media, from Pinterest to Facebook to Twitter to Instagram, what have you, 4 hours a day. So if you're awake for 16 hours a day, that means that if you're getting that 8 hours of sleep, right? If you're awake for 16 hours a day, 1/4 of your life at least is just spent on social media. That doesn't include online shopping, which is probably another fourth, let's be honest, for a lot of women. It doesn't include emailing, what have you, or online searching, browsing. A fourth of your life is spent with your technology. Now, we're not even talking about how much time you have your cell phone in your hand, which is a whole nother level that's coming with Attitones. But let's just say that you could take your goals, you could take your image of the dream home or the dream vacation or the college education you want for your kids, and you could visually see that subconsciously at least 1,200 times a day. What would that do to change your mindset? And we know all the statistics of the power of the subconscious mind. We only use about 10% of our brain power. That means the other 90% is subconscious. You can Google, get online, and read all day long the power of the subconscious mind, the power of affirmations, the power of visualizations. But we all can admit that we're not even spending a 100th of our day, most of us, on focusing on those things. And could you imagine if as a society, not even just individually, but as a society, we spent a fourth of our waking hours focusing on positive goal setting, tracking affirmations, journaling, focused on gratitude, what that would do for your life. And we won't even go into the benefits of having your children use this. I just heard a quote from Brene Brown, who is oh my gosh, just an incredible psychologist and therapist, and she studies shame and vulnerability. And one of the things she said is that your children cannot escape marketing. They cannot escape the media. And as a society, we're in this mode of trying to block the negativity that comes into our children. She said, blocking media from your children because of its negativity is like trying to tell your children to stop breathing because there's air pollution. And we won't even go in today on the power of you having your children be able to, while they're on their cell phones, while they're on the computer doing their homework, or frankly on social media, or watching YouTube videos, if you as a parent could create affirmations and visualizations that would not interrupt their time of whatever they were doing or playing around with, but if you could tell them subconsciously, you're powerful, you're confident, you can do anything in life, you can become anything in life, I love you, you're a fantastic person, you have gifts. Put visualizations of them, achieving in their sports programs, or academically, or whatever their extracurricular activities are, music, or can you imagine what you could do to market to, instead of just focusing on blocking the negativity, if you could actually overtake that negativity with positivity in marketing to your own children or grandchildren. Just the power of that is absolutely incredible. So I want to quickly go through, and Lance is here with me.
Hey, everyone.
And we're going to kind of tag team this software. It's something that we feel so powerfully and confidently about that it will make a difference in your life, in your business, that we really want to promote this this technology for you. So the first thing is, of course, the software is called Attitones. This is an attitude for your subconscious mind. And you can probably see my screen. I created a few affirmations very quickly, just in a couple minutes this morning. And you can see those subconsciously popping up on my screen, my visualizations. But the first section is affirmations. And of course, again, you can go back to our YouTube channel and see an entire webinar video on the power of affirmations, how to create affirmations. But if you could see those every single day, 1,200 times a day, or more, can you imagine what that will do? So creating an affirmation, super simple. You just click on the little icon here, and you can select a category. And so it can be professional, personal, spiritual, health, maybe some areas that you want to focus on getting rid of: fear, creating more self-esteem, guilt, maybe the fear of rejection. You're scared to talk to people about your business opportunities. So you can create that. So let's just select personal. Now, if you're thinking, I'm kind of new to this area, I wouldn't even know what kind of affirmation to create. There's some ideas over here. There's some quotes. So let's maybe just even select, if your story is not inspiring you, it's time to change it. Well, maybe you think to yourself, red's not my favorite color. As you can see here, my affirmation is purple, because purple is my favorite color. But let's just say maybe green is your favorite color. You can pick a color of green. You can change the outline of your text there. So let's maybe just go with let's go with white. And maybe your eyesight is not the greatest anymore, as mine is starting to become. So let's really pop that up and make it big. Maybe if you want it a little less obvious, you can make it smaller, but let's just get that big so we can actually read it. You can preview that really easily by just clicking preview. There it is. And if you like it, then you can click save, and it's saved. but it's not activated yet. So that doesn't mean that means it's not gonna pop up. So if you want it to be activated right then, you can click activate, or you can add an image to that. And you can maybe, if you have an image that really inspires you, maybe a quote, those of you who are on Pinterest and you see great quotes, you can save those and you can have those pop up instead of having to log into Pinterest. Instead of logging into Pinterest and having to look at your dream house board, you can have your dream house board just pop up 1,200 times a day if you want. And again, the research, the power of the subconscious mind, it believes that whatever you're putting in front of it is truth. And you might say, well, but that's not where I live, or that's not how my body is, or that's not my dream house. The power of the subconscious mind will go to work to make it happen. So whatever you're wanting to create, you can do it visually, you can do it with words, and then you just click activate. So click OK. And then I can close this box down, and you're going to see here that that affirmation will start to pop up. I actually created in my settings section how often and how long I want to see my affirmations. So I display them every 15 seconds for 2 seconds. And, you can change the transparency of them. So if you want them to be a little more subtle, that can be in there too. For people who are Spanish speaking, it's already set up for Spanish, which is great. And I can just click save or cancel. So then I can go in here and see what all my affirmations are. I can see I've got an image in there of a house that I like. I wanted you to see that. You can also create, let's go back here, whether you want it to pop up or you want it to be subliminal. Subliminal is going to come up, whatever you set it to, every 15 seconds or every 3 seconds. The pop-up affirmation, it's just going to pop up randomly. Let's see. Let me give you an idea here. And then we'll hit pop up and then preview. So it pops up down here on your screen instead of as, an affirmation like these other ones are popping up. So affirmation, super easy, super great. Again, can you imagine if you have children having that pop up on their computer as they're doing their homework? You could say, Mom loves you today. I wanted you to know how proud I am of you. So pretty fun for your family as well. Coming from my background as being a mom. So, or those of you who have, Lance will get to the friends here, but can you imagine if you have a team and you want to send them an affirmation for the day, how powerful that can make them feel as well. Peak system. This is all about goal setting. So you can create a goal in here. So let's just say maybe it's an income goal. And maybe your goal is to, you remember you want your goals to be specific. So let's just say make $10,000 a month. Maybe that's your goal. Okay, so you set that, and then you can set a start date, you can set an end date, and then you can save that. And when you look at your goals, so here's some of my goals I just popped in here really quick. I can see my start date, I can see my end date, I can delete them, I can view them. But what's also very powerful about goals, of course, is accountability. And you've heard the quote that what you do daily is what creates success. It's not the overall big, huge, giant leaps that happen, but the daily that happens. So you can go in here and look at your goals, and you can say, I want to, how do I do that?
I don't think you've started any of them.
Oh, I haven't started any of my goals. But
every day. So every day on the goals, after you've been doing it for a while, every day, once you start a goal, every day when you log into your computer or just every day, it pops up and asks you to, evaluate yourself how you did. So it would be a color code system. Red means you definitely didn't do too well and you need a lot of improvement. Yellow would mean that, it was kind of average performance that day on that goal. And then green would mean that you did a good job and nailed it that day. So what it's going to do is over time, and this doesn't really show it, but all these blue squares on this calendar would actually turn either yellow, green, or red. And then it gives you an overall kind of score, I guess, if you will. So over here, the rate, kind of the meter would be, based on how well you've been doing on your goal. So it's a really cool way for you to go back and track previous months. So if the last month was a lot of yellows and reds, but this month is green, kind of shows that you're heading in the right direction.
Well, and what I love about this is that as I've coached people over the years, what I hear most of the time is, I just can't do this. But when we actually go and look at the daily effort that they put in to either their business or to their workout program, and a lot of times we think we're working, we think that we're, well, I know that I exercised this month, but then if we can actually visually go back and see, oh, maybe I didn't do as much activity as I thought that I did. And thinking about working on your business or thinking about losing weight or thinking about whatever goal area you're setting in your life is also more exhausting than actually just doing it. So this gives you really great accountability, but it also makes you take some personal responsibility to say, maybe I really didn't do all the effort that I could have done. I really didn't put the time in. I really didn't put the effort in. It makes you really look at your own personal activity and be accountable to it. And being accountable to yourself is so much more powerful than having an upline or a mentor leader or, again, going back to your children, if you're setting goals with them on their academics. Instead of me hounding my daughter on practicing the piano or studying for her science test, we could set that as a goal for her, and then she can go in daily and say, yes, I did green. I practiced my piano as long as I was supposed to, and it was a really great time. Or maybe it's yellow. Maybe I practiced for the 30 minutes that I was supposed to, but I kind of messed around and answered text messages from my friends or blah, blah, blah. Or maybe, I just frankly didn't practice today. And then you can teach your children those skills and those habits. And frankly, of course, again, my pitch is if you're not doing that as a parent, then you can't really teach that to your kids. So this is, again, all about change life and creating new habits. So I love the goal setting section. Visualization, you may have heard, you need to spend 30 minutes a day meditating, creating that crystal clear picture in your mind of, what you want you to look like physically, what you want, your bank account to look like, what you want, picture yourself opening up the door of your new home and what that feels like and what that looks like. Well, more powerfully is to actually see it. What if you could walk into your dream home every single day? So your visual affirmations are actually images. Again, I love Instagram. I love Pinterest. You can take those images and instead of having to log in and looking at that board on Pinterest of your dream home or your exercise board, you can save these, set them to music. Attitones has music on here. You can select your own music and you can set that visualization time, how often you want to do it a day, how often your images change, text size you want to add into those, save it, and then you can actually click play on your visual affirmation and see your own little dream life movie every single day, multiple times a day if you set that or not. So again, I didn't really set up a lot of this. Mine, I really want to get in shape this year. So I started finding pictures of, ladies with really ripped abs because I want to focus on that. So sorry, just humor me for a minute. But and then I had a little quote that comes up on that. Your body hears everything your mind says. So, or mind thinks. So anyway, just great visual affirmation. Or maybe you just say to yourself, I'm just really not great at visualizing. I just don't know how to do that, or I can't even picture that. But if you can create your own little movie for your day of what you want your day to look like, you know it's going to start off great, and you're going to go to work and be more engaged every single day. Again, your profile, you guys know what profiles are with all the social media that we have out here. Lance is going to talk about friends.
Yeah, one more. I want to say one of the quick thing on visual affirmations too is that we are going to start applying this for everyone who gets on the Attitones system and is friends with us, which I'll talk about here. But we can share some of this, and we can use some of this visualization to re-emphasize a training that we do. So, for example, this weekend, we had the Millionaire Mindset Weekend, and there were a lot of trainings and a lot of notes taken, but those notes are now filed away, and who knows if you're ever going to pull them out again or read them. But
Probably not.
Probably not. But if we actually take, and put some pictures and some notes and kind of maybe some bullet points, if you will, along with maybe some imagery, and we create this, really what it is like a PowerPoint presentation, if you think about it in your mind. And what we could do is we could push down some of these visualizations to our team, and people can actually review the training as a way to re-emphasize what it was that we taught them. So I think that's really powerful, which kind of leads me to the friends, which to me, you always hear you become like the people you're hanging around with most. Well, this takes that to a whole new level, because to me, this is the social media aspect of this. Attitones is one of the newest and up and coming social media platforms that promotes the positive environment. And if you look at it, you can actually come under here and search for friends, and this will pull up all of the people that are on the Attitones network. So you can go through and find people and actually send a friend request. So just like, as you can see, I'm on here already a friend, and she's already accepted it, but you can go in and actually request different friends to be a part of your network. So of course, if you're familiar with social media and Facebook, nothing too surprising there. So you can go in, and once you have, a group of friends on your network, which, as you can see, we can now go in and create groups. So if we have a bunch of people on our network, then we can actually go in and organize them based on maybe some of our top leaders. Maybe we have new members, so we have some new training that we want to push out to some of our new members. If we have a group of maybe just getting started people, we can kind of train them that way. And then we could have leaders. We could have maybe we have people that have identified that they're working towards a specific goal. Maybe they want to achieve, a free car or something like that. We could actually create a visualization for them. And we could just, after we create a new group, we could just say, future leaders. Maybe these are our people that really want to play ball with us. Okay. We could create a group. Okay. There's our group, future leaders. Okay. And then what we could do is in here, we could take,
just click on you.
There we go. Create a group. Hold on. Hold on.
Just click on that.
Okay, now we can add a member. And there's Lance. Boom, added to the group. Okay, so now as we're going through and actually creating some of these visualizations or affirmations, we can actually share everything that we have in Attitones. We can share it with members of our group. So the nice thing about this is, as we create, different affirmations for maybe a contest that we're all working on, maybe we as leaders go in and create some affirmations that tie into that contest, and then we can actually share those with the group. So very, very powerful as we all kind of create affirmations, visualizations, and things like that we want to share with others. Ariane mentioned your kids. Maybe you create something that works really well for your kids and you want to share that with others. There's a lot of things that we can do by tying this all together. And once again, we are all like-minded, or like Ariane says, life-minded individuals that all have the same goals and mindset. So everyone that's a part of the network, has access to that through the friends.
One of the other aspects that I love is journaling. And I personally have been a huge journal writer since I was 8 years old. I first got a journal. And the sad thing about that is that I don't know where all my journals are from over the years, because you write them in a notebook, you get a cute journal, and then you move, or then there's maybe still at your parents' house, and they moved, they didn't know it was your journal, they threw it away. And you just don't really have any idea where that great information is. Or maybe you're not really a journaler, because getting out a pen and paper and writing down all your thoughts for the day, or what do you write down, or it's just not convenient. Again, it's back without technology. Or maybe you're somebody who just journals on your Word document, your processing system, whatever. You're on the computer, but you're just saving that just somewhere online or on the computer. What I love is that this is, again, all in one location. So you can actually create a journal, and each day, if you're like, I don't really know what to write, there's going to be a little suggestion. So today, February 23rd, write 5 empowering thoughts for today. You can save it. You can share it with a group. You can title it. Maybe it's you just want to title it with a date, or maybe you want to title it, new idea for my business, and save that. In the future, Attitones is also going to have a way for you to print those off. So if you really want a book, for example, my grandmother who just passed away, took her 3 years to write her life history, and she created it and made it into a book and gave that to all of her children and grandchildren for Christmas. So if you want to do something like that, or keep your life history, it can all be on there. One of the things that I did in my business is journaled specifically about what I was doing with my team, and just kind of like a teacher with a lesson plan. This is what we did in February. These are the activities or the workshops that we did. So you can go back and say, gosh, you know what? I looked at my goals. I saw that I was, all in the green that month. I made the most money that I'd ever made. What was I doing? Well, now your journal is attached here, all in the same location with Attitones, that you can go back in, pull up what you did in February of 2015 or March of 2015 in 2017, and then you can actually recreate it. So again, it's all together, all in the same location, all linked, and super powerful and convenient. Doesn't have to be something long that you write. You can just pull it up, write in a few sentences. You can go back and edit it or add new statements.
One thing nice about everything in Attitones is it's all stored on the cloud. So nothing is actually stored on your computer in case you lose your computer or something like that. Your Attitones account is all stored on Amazon servers and secured, safe, and protected.
Amazon. So
that's right.
We know we can trust them. Another couple things that are on here. I love this gratitude corner. Again, there's a ton of research on people who focus on what they're grateful for. So if one of the things that our family is doing is every Monday night, we all at the dinner table share one thing that we were grateful for about the week prior. And up until now, I've just been writing that down on a piece of paper and storing it. And hopefully we can find those papers in January. Ha, ha, ha. But now I can just pull up my Attitone software right there at the dinner table, and I can actually speak or have my children say what they were grateful for right here into the Attitone software. So again, then at the end of the year, or maybe even for that month, we can pull up and people can hear what they were grateful for all year. So that's really exciting. It's another great system. And I'll have Lance talk next.
And then last but not least is the Attitones TV, which is really cool because if any of you remember Julius from this weekend. He's extremely motivating and exciting to hear from. And this Attitones TV will kind of be a way for some training and some motivation from Julius and others. So that's kind of fun as well. And of course, that will be built out, over time. But as you can see, there's a lot of things coming soon. I've also had some people texting me and asking me about phones and iPads and things like that. That is the next build. That is the next update. And that's probably 60 to 90 days out. But that is definitely the direction where this is all heading. This is starting out, as is now, but then it'll be moved into the mobile platforms as well. And so once again, just a way to, wake up in the morning, with your alarm going off and starting your visualizations for the day and having your affirmations and once again, your kids that are on their phones 24/7, having things pop up for them. There are also some apps in the works and the whole 9 yards. So this is obviously a very exciting time to come on board. We were looking at this with Julius this weekend and got super excited about it and saw the power of how this could benefit, everyone on our team and how we could kind of tie us all together. So if you want to know more and you're curious how much this costs and how you can get this downloaded and how you can start using this today, we're excited to have everyone plug in and share and ask, friend us and let's start applying some of the stuff that we learned this weekend and tying it all together. So as you can see, for a very low cost of only $7.99 a month, this is a very, very powerful tool. And a great add-on to what we're already doing. So normally,
super affordable. That's like a McDonald's value meal.
Once a month.
Once a month. Just don't go to Starbucks one time a month. Don't go to McDonald's. Don't drive through anywhere one time a month. And really, again, just speaking from my own personal experience with my own business, with my own life, but also coaching thousands and thousands of people, not only in network marketing, but just people in their life. This is really priceless. If we can change our mindset, then we can change how our life looks. And frankly, we can just change our attitudes towards life. We'll be happier people, and happy people, statistics and research has shown happy people are more successful. So this is just something that Lance and I feel so powerful about. And this is something that needs to be in every single one of you who's on this webinar, every single one of your computers, and use this. You will see a difference. You'll feel a difference. And we're just excited to have this connection with Julius and to be able to bring this to each of you. So,
all right, with that,
things going on this week.
Lots of things coming up. If anyone lives even remotely close to the Texas area, Jim and Kirti are hosting an awesome event this weekend in the Dallas.
People in Dallas.
Yeah, if you know anyone,
you don't even have to be there
in the Dallas area. Make sure that you plug in to this weekend in Dallas, Texas. Their website is fitfinancegroup.com, and that has all the details and information. So we look forward to anyone that can come to Dallas, Texas area this weekend. We will also be posting on changelife.me the links today to be able to register to watch that remotely. One of the topics we will be talking about is the 401 condo, a concept that Don Blanton at Money Tracks trains on that's very cool and fun as a different way to save instead of a 401k. So that's one of the training topics. So we'll have all that information posted. So we're excited about that. Also, this Thursday morning, we are continuing along with our Financial Awareness Club out at Mark's house. So we'll make sure you tie into that either locally or so either in person or online. But the subject of this week is going to be on mortgages. We're starting to move into the 5 biggest wealth transfers that people have with their money. So we're starting down that. We'll be doing mortgages, then qualified plans, and then taxes, college planning, and then making large capital purchases like cars and things you put on credit cards, things like that. So lots of fun training coming up. So we are excited to have everyone plug in to all the stuff that we are offering.
And for all the women out there, I will be posting on my Facebook page. So if you're not friends with me on Facebook, make sure that you are. But I'll be posting on my Facebook all of the upcoming events, home management, home harmony workshops, coming up, and other fun events coming up for the month of March. That will be happening and being posted this week. So make sure that you are friends with me on Facebook. Lots of exciting things happening. All right. So make sure that you are starting off your day with positive visualization affirmations. Get online, get plugged into Attitones, share your goals with us through Attitones. Of course, you can call us, reach out to us. Most importantly, make sure that you are focused every day on what you want. When you hit your head on the pillow every night, make sure that you can feel confident that what you have done today, if you repeated it over and over and over again, that you would be where you want to be in the next 30 days, 60 days, next 6 months, and by the end of the year. We are here to support you in your success. Have a fantastic Monday. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for
Bye-bye.
now.